Today's music legend that you should know is the musical theoretician and educator Joseph Schillinger. Now, that name, Schillinger, might sound American or British or German, but in reality, his birth name was Joseph Moiseyevich Schillinger, and he was born in Kharkiv, present-day Ukraine, and he had a very rigorous musical background, went to the St. Petersburg Conservatory, and like many other Eastern European musicians, emigrated to the United States in the 1920s. He came to New York in 1928, where he quickly became an influential figure in the New York music world. He became the teacher of George Gershwin, Tommy Dorsey, Glenn Miller, the composer Henry Cowell, and even Quincy Jones. Yes, if you look somewhere online, there's even Quincy Jones notebooks of where he was studying the Schillinger System. So this man, Joseph Schillinger, he was just an absolutely brilliant person, and many musicians took his correspondence courses. This was a popular thing to do before the internet. You know, people would mail away for information, okay? And you'd get it, and he would give you these assignments and workbooks, and he would correct them. And during this time, he also was collaborating with the Russian emigre Leon Theramin, the inventor of the electronic instrument, the theremin, which came to great fame in many science fiction movies. It's got this very eerie sound. And Schillinger composed a bunch of music for theremin. A lot of Schillinger's own compositions are very, very moody and kind of dark. Sort of fits the theremin's ethereal, otherworldly, spooky sound. All this stuff was happening in New York in the 1930s. And during this time, he started writing his masterpiece. I happen to own a copy of it. It is a heavy book in every sense of the word, The Mathematical Basis of the Arts, where Schillinger interrelates math with music and dance and the visual arts and architecture. It's absolutely incredible. Just amazing work of genius from a genius. And so after a while, his teaching started really attracting a lot of renowned figures like this. And he started licensing teachers to teach the Schillinger System, okay? And one of them was a former mechanical engineer, graduate of MIT, and professional pianist and staff arranger at one of the big studios in New York, I think NBC. And his name was Lawrence Burke, B-E-R-K. So Lawrence Burke started teaching Schillinger's ideas, the Schillinger System. And after a while, Schillinger passed away in 1945. He did not live a long life. And Lawrence Burke decided to found a school based on these precepts. And he opened it in Boston, his hometown, and called it the Schillinger House. Interesting. And he started attracting more students. And after a while, a lot of jazz musicians started teaching there, started going there. And he figured he should change the name. And so he changed it to Burke, which was the first four letters of his last name, and his son's first name, Lee. The Berkeley School of Music, yes. Lawrence Burke founded it based on the Schillinger System and the teaching of the Schillinger System. So we have to thank Joseph Schillinger for basically being the inspiration behind the leading jazz education institution in the world, Berkeley School of Music. It's quite amazing. So I suggest that you look up as much information about this incredible man as you can. And if you can find any of his diagrams, there's a bunch of videos on YouTube where people explain the Schillinger System. It is really fascinating. And if people like Quincy Jones and George Gershwin and Vernon Duke and Tommy Dorsey, if it was useful for them, it could be useful for you.